What is up, everybody? We got number 20 ranked Clemson and the unranked Seminoles. No idea how Florida State's unranked. FSU's up 6-4. We are live streaming the game, folks.
You know, the one thing that Clemson's done early in this game, they haven't made shots, but they're moving the ball really well. We're trying to share the ball, looking for that high percentage shots. Their defense has really laid down on the last 2 games. MJ Walker, a three to open up the Florida State lead to 5.
9-4, baby. 9-4.
Outstanding basketball, and then he becomes awfully as the year goes on. Their leader on that perimeter. The distributor passes the ball exceptionally well. They can make shots.
What's going on, Jordan? What's up, Tyler? I figured at the last minute I'd live stream the game. 7-9 Seminoles. 7-9 Seminoles. Do be on the lookout for me tonight as well, man. I think I'm gonna do the Conor McGregor fight. So, Scotty Barnes with the nice 3, and it's 12-7. Tyler, so this is a must-win if we want to compete for a championship. I don't necessarily disagree. And Clemson's been on a downward little trend recently. I think they've lost like 2 straight. Somehow they're still ranked, but the fact that Florida State's unranked is a joke. Absolute joke. MJ in the corner with the nice 3. FSU starting off the game, shooting the 3 very well. 15-7.
Walker gets a deflection covered by the Dogs. Sims out of bounds by a very difficult MJ Walker early. Clemson only 2 for 8 from the field to start the game. Defense turns to offense.
Polite not playing, as you can see right there on the sidelines, man. But FSU getting a good start to this game. Good start to this game. See how long it takes to get a few more people in the chat. But FSU with a nice start to the game. 15-7. Taking a commercial break real quick. Matter of fact, let's mute the audio for the commercial so we don't get in trouble. I wonder if there is a plug-in that automatically changes the score. I don't know, Tyler. It's a great question. If I need to find it, because I just do it myself every time. But it's 15-7. Going first commercial break. FSU look like they're shooting the lights off fairly well to start the game off, man. Capri. How do you? Somebody tell me how to pronounce this. Capri, whatever, number 5. You guys know who I'm talking about. He's 2 for 2, 4 points. MJ's got 6 points. He's hit 2 threes already. And Scotty Barnes, I believe, has hit a 3. FSU off to a very solid start. Sniper gang, what's going on? Figure I'd covered the game this morning. But again, I also plan on doing some going live for this Conor McGregor fight tonight. So be on the lookout for that. Not big on the UFC, but people want to see it. So why not? Or people want to, hear my opinions on it. Game back on. So let's get back to the game.
Florida State, Papa shoots him. And foul, and the Noles, as expected, did. Off to a good start. You had them picked last season, had you had a tournament, to maybe win the whole thing. And this year, they've become the fashionable pick as well. They've been playing really well of late. Well, in the ACC last year, they won the regular season. It was 16-4. They won 20 games in a row coming into this game at home against ACC competition. Leonard Hamilton, hey, what's the Florida State football school? Move over. It's the pigskin, baby, to the sideline. It's that red and leather ball. Leonard's done a terrific job, and his team has been averaging in their last wins by 17.3 points per game in those 3 ACC wins over Carolina, NC State, and Louisville.
That man shot an air ball. Clemson's struggling just getting shots off, man, and hitting shots right now. Clemson is struggling in their offense. If they're going to continue to struggle, I think FSU's going to be in a good spot the entire game. Come on, throw the ball in. Clemson is struggling offensively right now.
I remember right, that was a Ken Reddish. He was wide open. But near the elbow.
He double dribbled. What are you doing, 24? Somebody want to tell me what's up? What's Calhoun got going on through his head? Oh my God! Basic basketball, like. I haven't seen Calhoun play a lot of minutes this year. Maybe this is because Polite's out, but yeah, doing that's not going to get you more playing time, man. I mean, mistakes happen, but double dribbling, that's elementary. That's elementary, man. And again, Clemson, there you go. MJ on the fast break. Clemson can't find no offense. That's what we got to run the offense through. Here's MJ on the fast break. Foul in the paint. Maiden day to Hurricane Kilo. What's going on, family? Just watching the game. What channel the game? Channel the game. It's on ABC. It's on ABC, Rose. Again, be on the lookout for me tonight. I think I'm gonna do the Conor McGregor stuff, so that'll be coming on later tonight. This was a last minute thing. I ain't got nothing going on this morning. Why not watch some Seminole basketball? All right. 17-7 FSU up.
That's what turnaround jump shot there, 15-foot shot. You know, one thing about Leonard's team, as you look here in the standings, Virginia's undefeated right now. That's not a dominant Virginia team.
I'm in the future. The game's ahead of some of y'all. My bad. That's good. That means you'll stay up to date. Usually I'm behind over here in Hawaii. Usually, man, we're behind most of the like cable services or whatever. But 17-7, going to another commercial break. Clemson can't get no offense going today, guys. Hurricane Killer says you had a good show last night. Appreciate that, Hurricane. My Heat better beat Brooklyn today. They lost 2 in a row to the Cavs. They damn sure. That's because of that defense. The Nets need to trade Kyrie and fill the rest of the roster out with some perimeter defenders. They offensively they good. You got KD and you got Harden, man. Offensively you're good. I don't, in my opinion, trade Kyrie, man. He don't really fit what you're trying to do. Trade Kyrie. Fill the rest of that roster out. They're going to continue to struggle defensively if they keep Kyrie Irving. And that's just my opinion. What up, Green Bay? Cavs have been balling. They've been hot. Colin Sexton, man, he has been hot. I'm in Florida, and I'm like 15 seconds behind you. We are Final Four team. We're gonna see. They got it. They handled this Clemson team, which this Clemson team's been on a little bit of a slide recently. I think they've lost 2 in a row. But we handled this Clemson team. Yeah, we are. I think we're at least an Elite 18, but we on the way. This team is. I don't know if it's as good as last year's team, man. Because if you watch the way our guys are playing in the NBA this year, man. Both of our lottery picks are playing pretty damn well. Vassell and Williams are playing really well in the league. I don't know if we're as good as last year, but man, we got a chance. Booker going to be able to make it to the spring game. Spring game's going to be in what? Most likely. Last spring game I made it to was the one they had in Orlando. I think that one was in May. I might be able to make it. My schedule's pretty booked up until May 2nd. My schedule's kind of booked for the next 5 months. But May 2nd, it eases up. If they're even letting people there, I might be able to make that. I got to see when the spring game is and what my schedule's looking like because I plan on coming to Florida in about May, June time anyway. I might be there, Rose. Sexton been balling for real. This, see, if it's April 10th, I'm not going to be. My birthday is April 11th, but if it's April 10th, no, I won't be able to make it. I won't be able to make it.
Teams like Duke and North Carolina joining Virginia and Florida State in the top 25. Only one of those teams, though, remains in the top 25. Clemson got as high as 12. And Virginia Tech, they may not be ranked for long after their game today against Syracuse. And what a story Justin Champagny has become. Dick Pitt, what a game he had against Duke. These are certainly all players to watch.
All right, here we go. But yeah, April 10th, that sucks. I'm not going to be able to make that one.
The East is still very good. It's very good. We don't have the vintage heavyweight dominant teams. Syracuse is a pretty good basketball team. They beat
your defense is swarming. Get that out of here.
Hunter Tyson works his way to the free throw line. Tenor Ngom picks up the foul. And you know, the ACC, I think right now there's no doubt that the Big Ten is the best conference in basketball, followed by number 2, I would say the Big 12. I think those two are head and shoulders.
Clemson can't buy a basket, man. Clemson can't buy a basket right now. I think Baylor, last time I checked, Baylor number 1 team in the country. I think they were losing to Oklahoma State. And Oklahoma State ain't even got Cade Cunningham playing today. So, interesting development going on over there for Baylor. The best player, arguably, in the country ain't playing today. MJ's got to make that finish. MJ's got to make that finish at the rim. Rose said, "I'm thinking of going, but when is to be there for the Notre Dame game?"
If it were to begin tomorrow, or either from the Big 10 or the Big 12. That tells you the story. Let me tell you this. The BBDI basically the right now ball likes people that are. So it agrees with a lot.
Deep 3. Almost got it. Got the rebound. And drew the foul. No change in the score yet. Still 17-7. Seminoles. Yeah, what do y'all think about that fight tonight? You think Conor McGregor's just gonna walk all over dude, or will it actually be a competitive fight? I think haven't they fought before? Again, I don't follow the UFC like that, so I'm not gonna pretend like I know. I think they fought before though, if I've heard correctly. Scotty Barnes with the ball. Good take by Scotty. Your 6'9" true freshman point forward. Yeah, he is the other night. He closed on the second OT making some ridiculous shots. Talking about Colin Sexton. Yeah, Colin Sexton's been balling recently. And then Rose says McGregor gonna beat his ass. That's kind of what I'm thinking. But I think I heard that. Is it true those guys fought before? Ooh, did y'all see that block at the rim, baby? Did you see that block at the rim? He tried to poke it and Number 5 for Clint. Look at it. Get that out of here. Boy, don't ever bring that weak stuff in here again. If you're not watching the game on ABC, check that out. That was a hell of a block. One of the best blocks I've seen in a long time. That was a push off, but they didn't call it, and he still missed. Clemson's about to get blown out here today, guys. They can't score. FSU's defense is pretty elite, and the offense is doing really well right now. That was a hell of a block. You can't be shooting long, stupid threes like that, though. Work the ball, get in the paint. Another strip. Florida State's defense is stifling right now. Hit the like button, folks. That was a bad pass. 24, he'd go sit down somewhere. McGregor beat his ass the first time in the first round. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, they fought before, and it wasn't even much of a fight in that fight. So, man, that was a block, bro. Jeez. Osborne with the nasty block. McGregor whooped him the first time, finished him in the first round. He's too fast. Wish we would have been able to keep Hamilton as our coach. I like L, but he not Hamilton. Who going to the finals? It's real early to call that one. But if you made me pick right now, I believe Brooklyn will figure it out. You're probably going to get Brooklyn in LA again. Either the Clippers or the Lakers. Right now, I'll give the edge to the Lakers. But the Clippers are playing really good basketball right now if you ain't paying attention. And it's 22-7. Florida State up 22-7. Clemson cannot score. FSU's defense is elite, and they finally scored 22-9. I just don't believe like the Milwaukee Bucks, like in the East. I don't believe like the Bucks or anything. They're making it hard for me to keep track of this score, man. I don't think Bucks got enough. Giannis can't do it in the moments where you need him to do it because he can't shoot. And I just don't think that team around Giannis is good enough to get it done. I know if I need a bucket, Kevin Durant or James Harden can get it at any time.
Research shows people remember
mostly Kevin Durant. Like if you need a bucket, get a thing to Durant. I think it's gonna be Brooklyn and one of those LA teams.
What'd you get, Ryan?
My dark horse are the Suns. As crazy as that may sound. Yeah, it sounds kind of crazy. I know they're playing good. They got some good talent. You got Ayton, you got Chris Paul, you got Booker. But the Clippers are playing really good basketball. And the Lakers still got LeBron James and Anthony Davis. I think right now, yeah, you could call the East wide open. But I personally believe that they're just going to figure it out. The Brooklyn Nets are going to figure it out. Two guys that can average 30 points a game on the same team. They're going to figure that out. They're going to figure that out. Tyler says we must have the deepest roster. We have to. Not only the deepest, but the biggest. Look at the length FSU has on the court, man. But I think we're easily the biggest team in college basketball. I would love to see us against those Big 12 teams that everybody thinks are so good. Because I think we can beat all of those teams. Look at it. Look at the defense. That's 20. That's the defense. What's defense is stifling. Clemson can't get a shot off. Clemson can't get a shot off.
With sidewalks and they thought they were going to get down there at Clemson. We were there like the day before he made his decision, and all indications were it was looking strong on Clemson.
And now they're trying to play a full court press. Good luck with that. See, FSU gets in trouble when they beat their own self with stupid mistakes like that. Everybody knows can't move out of bounds when you're trying to pass the ball in. What's up, Andrea? I'll be there in a minute.
On ESPNU that night at 6 o'clock. And I remember Jimmy Platt was our director. So he and I had this brilliant idea as we were stuck in Clemson. We have a private jet. We were back on the ring.
Scotty makes things happen. He's a 6'9" point guard, man. Dude is legit. Montre says, whoop they ass. Yeah, that was a foul. But they don't make anything easy at the rim. Let me go get my breakfast, and I'll be right back. Y'all keep watching. 24-9. Florida State up on the Clemson Tigers. All right, we're going to commercial break. FSU is up 24-13. Looks like Clemson scored a little bit of points while I was away. What's going on, T2Y? T2Y says hit the like button. Yes, sir. Choking on bacon.
Opdivo plus Yervoy equals a chance for more starry nights. more sparkly days, more big notes, more small
What up,
treasures,
Island boy?
more family dinners, more practices. Devo and Yearbook cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body during and after treatment. These problems can be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have a cough, chest pain, shortness of breath, irregular heartbeat, diarrhea, constipation, severe stomach pain, nausea or vomiting, dizziness, fainting, eye problems, extreme tiredness, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, rash, itching, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, joint pain, flushing, or fever. These are not all the
What's the undercard fights for tonight?
At the same time, and some more often when Devo is used with your boy.
No, it ain't no COVID. Stop choking on this bacon.
If you've had or planned an organ or stem
Damn.
cell transplant or received chest radiation, here's to a chance for more
Don't eat bacon and run up the stairs.
to live longer. Ask
Choke.
your doctor about chemo-free Devo plus Earphone. Thank you to all involved in our clinic.
Any good undercards on the fight?
What's in Zaxby's new General Tso's sauce?
If everybody thinks McGregor's just gonna whoop Buddy in the first round like he did last time, hopefully there's some good undercards.
Order ahead, drive through, or get it delivered.
Research shows people remember commercials with nostalgia. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance, here's one that'll really take you back.
Wow!
What'd you get, Ryan?
It's customized home insurance from Liberty Mutual.
What does it do, bud?
It customizes our home insurance so we only pay for what we need.
And what did you get, Mike?
I got a bike.
Okay, the commercial's stupid.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Kilo.
In our college basketball
I ain't do nothing but take my ass to sleep.
the top 25 in action, including
I ain't do nothing but get drunk and take my ass to sleep. No extracurricular activities last night, unfortunately. North Carolina won. Virginia Tech got whooped by Syracuse.
He had 20 and 9 in this game at the half.
We beat this Clemson team. There's no reason why we shouldn't be ranked.
All right, Randy, thanks very much. And Leonard Hamilton's team off early, 24-13 over Clemson. And as we talked about, Dick, when we first came on the air, Scotty Barnes steps to the free throw line.
Hit the like button, guys. We just chilling. For me, it's still Saturday morning.
Of a buzz team to talk about.
For y'all, it's Saturday afternoon.
I mean, guys like LaFonso Ellis and Jay Billis earlier today, I think you as well, talking about the fact that this is a team that's got Final Four talent.
They're going to close this week. If they win this game with the win on the road, they'll be ranked this week. I know they'll get my vote, that's for sure. But I heard Seth talking about North Carolina here and Ravi. Bottom line is, if they get consistent backcourt, but that front court to play with anybody when they're playing well, they got it.
What's up, Panama?
But if they get Rock, who's playing a lot better now lately, playing consistent, they can go on a run in the ACC.
Scotty missed both of his. Come on, Scotty. You gotta make a free throw, man.
And yet that Florida State depth has allowed the Noles to extend the lead in the fray on the bench.
Good take by MJ Walker. The best player on your team. We know Scotty's the most talented, but this team goes as MJ goes.
Big guys that got Canada, 7'2". He gets those big guys, man. He really gets them.
And that is a big one. Jonathan Barrett knocks one down.
10-point lead for the Seminoles. 26-16. I ain't updated the score yet.
Bucket of the first half for Clemson.
Come on, 34.
And got lost it on the baseline.
Gotta catch that ball. Hate when guys just big for no damn reason.
Look at that. That unit divides. You want to figure out from 96 to 12 into 79 inches. And you can figure it out, man. Mathematically, I know I could do that. 12 into 79. You got there 72, 6 foot change. At 6'7", that's a lot of size, man. I used to teach on 6th, 7th grade.
Rose, what up? I'm coming here laughing at Kilo. I'm sure Bobby Shmurda and Charlie Ward happy about FSU basketball. Bobby Sir, I said Bobby Shmurda. Bobby Sura and Charlie Ward are happy about FSU basketball, but Derek Brooks and Bobby Bowden, I'm not sure.
We mentioned the Claw guys. Think about this. They lost a beautiful kid. It's called Michael Ojo. Lost his life for some sort of 70 for his family. Just kid that played at Florida State. Then we have Kevin Deli's down here playing with the Clippers. He was a first round draft pick.
All right. There you go. Now you're using your size. And then I'm tall as hell. He look like Manute Ball out there. He just tall, all legs and arms. No torso. All you see is legs, arms, and head. You got to get some strength on that frame.
Obviously, the collective decision while spending a year in the ACC under Leonard Hamilton is a good idea.
There you go for three. Let's go. FSU is getting it in right now. 31-16. This Florida State basketball team is the real deal, folks.
Playing really efficient basketball offensively and defensively as a team. They share the ball so well. You're tough to scout against. Tough to scout Florida State because you don't know. You can't center on one guy. So many guys can contribute. That'd be a good match tonight.
They need to give us our respect in these rankings.
And they host a Syracuse team coming off of a very impressive win earlier today.
I saw Kansas. Kansas is what? I think a top 10 team. Kansas has 4 losses. FSU's got 2 losses and we're not even ranked. Somebody explain that to me. Kansas has 4 losses and they're a top 10 team. Absolute joke. Rose says, you see how he fell after barely getting touched? That's what I'm saying, man. You got to get some weight on him. All legs and arms. Nobody. Now, this kid, number 4, Scotty Barnes, he built like an NBA player. I think they call it offensive style.
When you get that pause, you got to go a week without practicing. It affects everything. Stamina.
It's because of y'all football team. Man, get out of here.
Beats a call for the moving screen. That's 19 fouls now on Florida State. Harris Newman, sloppy play, dribbles it off his foot.
Nice pass from Scotty Barnes. You got to make that finish at the rim, though. And that was definitely a foul in the back on our center.
Take a look right here. Watch this. You wanted to go. The size matter. Take a look right here.
That was a good pass.
Size differential. He said, "Give me the ball, man." Shouldn't throw it up higher enough. You got to do steal. But that ball shouldn't have thrown a lot higher. He came down to where his size is negated by the entry of that pass.
That's Osborne with the ball right now. And right now, Florida State can't finish in the paint. Get the easy baskets, man. Panama says, Dennis, I'm sure Ed Reed and Jimmy Johnson really love Miami football, but Manny Diaz not so sure. All right. Good rebound.
Really attack the offensive work from guys of that level. You have that ability. It's all about Leonard. Think about this. He's not been in easy places. He was coached at Miami, football power when he was there. Coached at Oklahoma State, football strength. Came to Florida State, football power at the time. But he has just done an incredible job. One of the winningest coaches right now in the history of the ACC.
We beat most teams on the board, Kilo. We're too big.
When you think about Coach Tays and Dean Smith and Roy Williams, Gary Williams, and he's right up there in terms of wins as a coach in the ACC competition.
And when he took over at Miami, they were still in the old Big East. And that was in the heyday of the Big East. I mean, you're still playing Syracuse and Georgetown and St. John's and Villanova and Seton Hall when they were all at their best. And UConn, when Jim Calhoun was winning national championships there, and they would play in the old downtown Miami arena.
That's funny they mentioned UConn, man. Remember, UConn used to be a basketball powerhouse. Talk about basketball programs that fell off. The UConn Huskies, man. Oh, the UConn probably hasn't been good since who? Kemba? Like, seriously. Remember, UConn used to stay in the national championship. Long three. Let's go number 5. FSU killing them on the boards. 35-20. I haven't even updated the score. Y'all can see the score on the screen anyway. But I've been eating these pancakes. Maiden date says January 27th, FSU Miami. Yep. Yeah, we'll probably go live during that. OG Kane says, I see somebody done trolled me again, so I had to change my profile pic.
Good bones, wrap around porch.
Yeah, UConn fell off bad. They fell off really bad. I mean, I remember when I was coming up, they were the powerhouse of college basketball. It's like, what happened there?
At least Geico makes bundling your home and car insurance easy.
Which saves us a ton. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Still moving through life. What if we didn't have eyebrows?
So life is a journey, friend.
Like my cats. I know that they're like my
I think that was the last time they were good. Maiden day was Kemba Walker. Somebody I think they had Jeremy Lamb. Were they all on the same team? Kemba Walker and Jeremy Lamb. I think that was the last time they was good.
You're not that adventurous. Yes, I am.
Didn't Andre Drummond go to UConn? I feel like Drummond went to UConn.
I'll do it. I'm in. This is crazy. You coming?
Seriously? It is way too comfortable in here.
That was like it. That was like the last time they've had anything.
Toyota, let's go places.
Two teenage girls abducted.
TV's #1 new drama has everybody talking. 1, 2, 3. Sky returns Tuesday on ABC.
Drummond, yeah, I thought Drummond went to UConn, so he says he changed it. He said his account got trolled, so he changed his profile pic, Panama. So the Drummond's probably the last good player they had that I can remember anyway.
More deals and a better year. Free chili with this week's new mini combo meal.
It was just a dead stop.
It's the first time that I haven't worked in.
Y'all hear all these Hawaii commercials in the background?
Close again, open up, close again.
We are done. Our
Hurricane Kilo, yep. Had to change my pic. Somebody trolled me.
Back in with my parents.
Get back to
Go ahead and mute that until the game comes back on. I'm actually full. Small crowd in here today, man, but hit the like button. We watching FSU versus Clemson. 35-20. Florida State's dominating the boards and dominating really defensively. Clemson can't get anything off. I had high expectations for Lamb with his size and abilities. Thought he would have translated to the NBA. I caught up on some lives from yesterday and saw I got trolled. Again, man, this is just the appetizer for today. Y'all come check me. Okay, game back on. Tonight we're gonna do the Conor McGregor fight. Figure why not? Hopefully there's some good undercards because apparently this one might be over quick. Last time Conor beat him in the first round pretty handily. I don't think it'd probably be any different if we're being honest. Clemson with the air ball. No, the last UConn team was the team that lost to Villanova on the buzzer beater in the Natty game. What year was that? I can't remember the last time UConn was any good. What year was that, Dennis? Was that recent? '24 almost traveled. Good corner three right there, though. From 23. Or 24, I mean. I think that's like one of my first times seeing him play. I think that has to do with a lot of Polite being out. Polite's been out the last two games. I think 24 is getting some burn. Good three right there.
Get better and better and better and progress with each game. And they're doing that both offensively and defensively.
Again, defensively, man, Clemson just can't get anything going. I mean, offensively, they can't because our defense has just been putting in the work. Montre says, "Weak Florida State, go Noles. We need this win." What was the final score of the last game against Clemson? I know we lost it. I don't remember the final score. I do remember we lost it. I mean, I could probably look it up real quick. Give me a minute. Or if anybody in the chat knows, go ahead and drop that information.
ESPN Plus, and ESPN Deportes.
Tell you what, they're going to learn information today. Certainly, Chuck Walsh does a great job as the SID down there at Florida State. And this week has been appreciation week for SIDs. The fans of Cositas, if you know about it, and we talk about, especially in the pandemic, how these guys have been so good.
Oh, let's see, the last game.
Hemingway rims out three. Amen. They are doing everything they can to try and keep our train on the tracks during a year where normally instead of sitting next to those guys,
we lost by 10. It was 67-77. In this game, we're up by 18 going into halftime. That was a terrible looking three.
Just that shot, but you can see the way they get ball movement, player movement.
Bear off the side rim from the corner. Another miss inside for Amir Sims, but he does draw the foul. And speaking of help and helping people, well, Dick, you are going to hold another Dick 5 coming up in May to try and raise money for kids battling cancer.
Yeah, it's going to be a special night, no doubt about it. We had a great crew that we're going to be honoring, and certainly Mr. Mortensen going to get the John Saunders Award, Kevin McGondi. This is a great job. And then
let's update this score now that we got a little break in the action. 38. Bro, here's 38.
But they were the toughest speeches ever. Watching moms and dads put their child to rest is so heartbreaking. And I tell you, it's more up in it. I'm obsessed.
To 20.
People, if you want to help me, go to bigwhitedown.com. You can make a donation, and it goes to the V Foundation.
Kevin, what up? He does his Clownbo Sweeney on the court. Well, they in Tallahassee, so Clownbo ain't even in the building today. Ooh, 24 with the nasty three and the foul. Talking his trash too. Probably. I mean, I haven't thought about it. Panama.
And raise even more money than you did last year in this past season.
Probably won't do any of the NFL games tomorrow though. Panama.
The amount of money that your gala raised for kids.
Sunday, probably gonna be my little rest day. How y'all feel about them NCAA basketball going to 4 quarters, lowering the shot clock to help these kids translate easier to the NBA? I wouldn't necessarily be against it, but I'm not against how they got it set up nowadays either. So I think the thought process is they like to try to differentiate the college and the pro game in some aspect. So I guess that's why they do it the way they do it. FSU goes into halftime with a 20-point lead, 42-22. Clemson really hasn't even been competitive in this game, if we're being honest. I wouldn't necessarily be against it, but again, I'm not against the current format. He definitely got fouled. He definitely got fouled.
Let them put all of their eyes on this and see if they get it right.
So we might go into have an 18-point lead. I feel the way they setting up the G-League is going to hurt the college game. What they need to do, what's hurting the college game is the one and done rule, period. What the rule should be is either you can go to the NBA/G-League. So I know they're pretty much using the G-League as a farm system nowadays, which isn't a bad idea. It's going to depend on, do we see a number one overall pick ever come out of the G-League? You know what I mean? If not, then I won't say it's going to hurt the college game in this aspect. Kids are going to still go to the college game because the college game is still where you're going to get the most exposure to get to the league. I mean, credit to the G League. I'm like you, Kilo. I like what they're doing with the G League. They should have been using the G League in that aspect of this, basically a farm system. With that said, how many people watch it? How many people have access to watch it? Who can name one player in the G League? Because I can't. I can't name a player in the G League. So all of that's not gonna matter if people just go to the G League and disappear. But we can name a bunch of college kids. And those college kids and those colleges are named. Ooh, Scotty Barnes almost made that. Y'all saw that? But 24-42. We named a bunch of college kids, and those colleges have big name brands. That's where the kids are going to get their exposure. Kids got options. They've been going overseas for years now. They've been going overseas for a few years now, so they definitely have options. The kids definitely have options.
Syracuse's zone. I thought Syracuse did a great job of adjusting their zone and running Virginia Tech off the three-point line.
That's why when it comes to basketball, man, I never understand this whole talk about these kids need to be paid. I'm one of the people that I'm not on board with paying the kids in basketball or football. Now, football's a little bit different beast because you almost have to go to the college game to even think about sniffing the NFL. You have to play college ball. NBA, not so much. If money's an issue, go overseas for a year. Period. Make your money, and you'll still be one of the top picks coming out. And of course, now they got the G League and stuff like this now. Basketball players have tons of options. The NFL, they don't. That's why I was so excited for the XFL, because I feel like if the XFL could have really turned into something and been a consistent program, then the NFL could have used the XFL as a farm system. The XFL was never going to compete with the NFL, but you could have been a valuable farm system where, to me, if the XFL, and it's probably a moot point. Now, I know the Rock, Dwayne Johnson, did buy the XFL, so we'll see if the XFL ever. And right here, you're watching the Baylor Oklahoma State highlights. Oklahoma State was winning, but I think if the XFL, with The Rock buying it, if they ever make a comeback, if they're smart, the first players I would target, and I'm not saying all of the high school kids, because all of the high school kids ain't gonna be able to play at that level. I would target the top 10 to 15 high school players in all of the country. And I would say, come play in the XFL right now. That's how you build that brand and create that farm system, I believe. Because otherwise, what are you doing? You're just playing football games with a bunch of NFL rejects.
Austin Reeves hard to guard Jimmy Dykes. On the guard, then Austin Reeves beats it off the bounce and changes speed right there, gets to the rim.
Hold on. Somebody crying.
Green, he lays it up, lays it in, and then a bizarre set of circumstances. Somebody opened the curtains there, and sun was shining on the Providence bench door. 2 report door, 3 behind the curtain.
I talked about that, Rose. Like, how the F is Kansas number 9, the top 10 team with 4 losses. Look at Creighton. They're number 11 with 4 losses. But FSU's unranked. Basketball bias, ridiculous. Did you watch the XFL? Those guys were out there hitting. Because the rules were a little bit more lenient in the XFL. One of the things I did like in the XFL, I like the kickoff rule they had. I actually like that rule a lot. The XFL, man, was really doing some good things, and COVID hit at the wrong time for that league. But I feel like if the NFL's smart, they'll get behind the XFL and use that as a farm system. Give these kids another option. Because, again, basketball players, they have tons of options. So we just saw Wiseman, who plays for the Golden State Warriors. He sat out a whole year, still was what? What was Wiseman? He went number 2 overall, right? Did Wiseman go number 2 overall? Basketball players got a ton of options. NFL player, football players, they have one option. That's college game, because there's no other. You can't go to Canada. Nobody's going to take – they don't take Canadian League or any of that crap serious.
Go get him, buddy.
The AFL was good. The AFL was okay. I liked the – now, the AFL, if I'm not mistaken, was being backed by the NFL. In its short period of existence, the AFL was kind of being talked about as the Little League at NFL, but they didn't last.
I'm driving.
That's another good point, Tyler. All those talents that don't qualify academically, but they know they're talented. If I'm the XFL, I reach out to those 18-year-old kids, man. Now, I'm not saying the XFL should go out there and give a contract to a 3-star, to get a contract out of a 3-star somewhere. No, that kid needs to go to college and develop. The XFL is still going to be a developmental league, but it's still going to be a pro league, and guys are still going to have to come in and play some ball. But you can't tell me, I mean, let's just look at this last recruiting class. You can't tell me that a James Williams couldn't go to the XFL and compete. What is James Williams? 6'5", 220 pounds at safety? Bro, he can go play. Amarius Mims, offensive tackle who went to Georgia. You can't tell me he couldn't play in the XFL. They should target those type of kids in the high school ranks. I think that would be extremely smart for the XFL. To show those elite talents, I don't have to go give myself to a university. I can go play the same amount of time in the XFL, make a paycheck while doing it, and have the NFL still look at me after 2 or 3 years. The NFL hated on the AFL. They did. I thought the AFL was being backed by the NFL. Guess I'm wrong. Don't Taylor Heineke come from the AAF? I don't know. NFL should have made their own G-League system. They don't have to, though, because that's what the NCAA is, their G-League system.
Houston a winner 68-51. I shot the Sharif and
Look, answer this question. When's the last time you've seen the NFL draft a kid out of Australia somewhere? I'm talking about straight out of Australia, not an Australian who came and played college ball in the States. When's the last time you see it in the NBA all the time? Guys get drafted out of Serbia and Slovakia and Russia all the time. European countries you've never even heard of. And NBA's drafting kids out of there all the time. When's the last time you've seen an NFL team ever draft a kid from some random country? These other countries play football, but they don't. Everybody's always drafted from one of these colleges. The colleges are the G-League system for the NFL. And that's why I think a league like the XFL could kind of move in and maybe take some of those. Now, see, one thing about college football, it's not going to hurt the sport. Even if you take some of the elite 5-star talents out of high school, it's not going to hurt the college football game. Because there's so many kids out there in college football and high school football. There's 2 and 3 stars right now who just ain't been discovered yet. They're just as good as 5 stars, and people just ain't seen them yet. You see it every year. Guys pop up. Hell, Florida State just kind of had one. And a guy by the name of Robert Scott, who nobody was really recruiting, 3-star kid out of Arkansas. He's a freshman All-American on the offensive line. Happens every year. You can find these kids in the college game. That's just my thoughts. I think they should kind of target some of the elite high school kids. I think the XFL could kind of thrive. That kind of be their little stick. Guys like Quinn Edwards will also go to college, though. They get paid more money in college. See, that's a tough one for me because a guy like Quinn Edwards, who, again, we watched him last night. You could tell that kid's already getting pro coaching. Like, his parents are already paying top-notch money for his training. You can tell. I get why you would go to college if you were him, again, because the exposure is going to be different. Quinn Edwards playing for Ohio State in a national championship is going to be a whole different level of exposure than he would get playing for the Tampa Bay Vipers in the XFL championship against the New York Knights or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get that. But that doesn't mean they shouldn't try. If they tell Quinn Edwards, bro, we'll give you a $800,000 contract straight out of high school to come be the leader of a franchise here in the XFL. You don't think he takes that? They can do that type. That's how you make a mark, and that's how you set your league up for success. Put big money on one of these prospects. Basketball is global. American football isn't global. It's more global than you think. Man, I was just watching a video last night. You know they play college football in Japan? They play college ball they play football in a lot of countries that you don't quite think of. Now, I agree with you. Basketball is way more of a global sport than American football. They play football in Japan, man. Now, it looks funny. Same rules, it just that the athletes aren't there. But they play football in some of these other countries. They play football there. Like, I'm telling you that. But you don't see those guys get drafted because you got to go through the college system here, because that's where they're seen as the elite level. But they play football in other countries, man. Just look it up and Google it. I'm telling you. I just discovered Japan football like last night, and I was like, oh my God, what is this? It's out there. It is out there. If I was an athlete, I doubt I could go to a good football college. Does the NCAA not care if colleges pay their kids as long as they keep it a secret? LOL, I hate the NCAA. Pretty much. Everybody knows kids get paid, but then they pretend like when they catch a college doing it, like we got to give them the death penalty. Off subject, but did y'all see the Urban Meyer hire Charlie Strong? Yeah, I did see that. Panama. College says Japan has good football, actually. I got to watch more of it to say it's good football, but I saw a little bit of football, and I was like, okay, they're doing a little bit of something. I think I could have if I would have applied myself. It was good wide receiver slash safety growing up. I think a lot of us kind of look back at it, and you look at something, man, and you go, if I'd really took this serious, I probably could have been somewhere. I think a lot of us look at our situations like that. Panama, yeah, I seen that. He's an assistant head coach and linebacker coach. I'll tell you what, man, they hiring all these college coaches in Jacksonville. They better hope they win some games. Because I'm not sold on the Urban Meyer and Jacksonville thing. That's just me.
From our campus to your home and community,
We can do this together.
one interaction
And one conversation at a time.
You're busier than ever, and there's no time to waste. Now get news briefings that fit your schedule. Everything you need in one place, delivered right to your email. Go to KITV.com/subscribe. Only from KITV4 Island News.
Hawaii is in an uncertain time. It is stressful to know which businesses and services are available. Mint moving and cleaning is...
Urban Meyer about to take Fields number 1 overall. That would be a drastic mistake.
We prepare your former office for final inspection. Here at Mint,
They need a quarterback, but I'm not even going to sit here and tell you that Trevor Lawrence is head and shoulders the greatest thing coming out of college, but I don't think you take Fields number 1. If the XFL starts offering big money for high school kids, the college will have to allow paying players. If the college game ends up doing that, like where they make it like legal, like it's one thing to have to allow the players to be paid for their likeness, which I'm in favor for. I've never been in favor for the colleges to pay these kids, but I've always been in favor for. I don't understand why there's a rule that the kids can't go out there and make their own money. So you don't want the college to pay them. You don't want the kids to make their own money. The kid can't sign an autograph and sell it for $100 because of what? Because why? So I don't think the colleges should pay them. And I know the likeness thing is coming into fruition, so the kids will be able to make money off their likeness in college. But if you start allowing colleges, the playing field already isn't even. That's just a fact. And I'm talking about, for the most part, the FSUs, the Floridas, the Miamis, the Georgias, the Alabamas, they're, for the most part, that playing field there isn't completely even, depending on what school you talk versus what other school. But for the most part, the big-time Power 5 schools, they're on a somewhat even playing field. If you start allowing these colleges to pay players, it's over. Because there's no way the University of Rutgers can spend money with Alabama, with Texas A&M, with Florida State, with Florida. You're going to kill the group of 5 schools. The group of 5 schools right now make their money off of getting these kids that some of the Power 5 schools don't quite want, don't have room for. But if I can pay for whoever I want, and sometimes these group of 5 schools, they're able to get lucky and they're able to convince a top tier prospect to come to this school. Well, that ain't happening no more if Alabama's allowed to throw every recruit $60K before they even step foot on a college campus. That's going to be crazy. Second half just started. The Akilo, these kids have it a lot easier now to get scholarships. I wish I had opportunities growing up that they have. the 7-on-7 game has completely changed college football too. And I'm talking about recruiting wise. That's how a lot of these. That's how you get a lot of these overrated 5-stars. Is that 7-on-7 camps? I hate those 7-on-7 camps. To be honest with you, I would trade Trevor Lawrence for Deshaun Watson before I take Fields. Nothing against Fields, but I think he should come back for another year. Really didn't play enough games. I kind of agree with you, Panama. I mean, you didn't play enough games in your kind of junior/money year. We used to wait for Larry Bloomstein High School football weekly standouts to see if we made it on TV. Now you can upload your tape, everyone and everywhere. Ain't Rutgers? They are Power 5, but you know what I meant, Kevin. They are Power 5 because they moved to the Big. They moved to the Big Ten. But you know what I mean. Even Rutgers in the Power 5 is still behind the curve. You know what I'm saying? But Cincinnati just went to a bowl game and played Georgia down to the wire and honestly should have won that game. Do you think that would happen if Georgia was allowed to pay for players legally? Like legally? No, that doesn't even happen. Oh, and by the way, if I'm invest $60,000 legally in a college football player or a high school football player, you think I'm gonna let them transfer? We haven't even mentioned the transfer portal in all of this. You think if I put $80,000 or hell, maybe I'm being extreme on those numbers. So let's break it. Let's go 20. Let's say they're paying kids $20,000, $10,000. I don't give a damn how much they're paying a kid. You think I'm gonna let that kid transfer? You think the transfer rules are wide open now? You start paying kids. There's no way I'm gonna invest that amount of money in you and I'm gonna let you just leave my program. So I'm gonna let you get the bag and then walk out. That's not happening. Paying the players will then all but kill the transfer portal. Because I'm blocking that transfer if I'm a college. There's no way I'm gonna give you X amount of dollars and then you think you're gonna get the money from me and then go play somewhere else? Nah, bruh. Unless you want to go to the JUCO level, I'll let you go JUCO and below. But you're not. Nope, it's not. You're not going to another D1 college. Good shot. FSU up 22. Final score. Game not over yet, Tyler, but right now it's 46-24. Florida State up. 7-on-7 is the new AAU. Yeah, it is. And again, I hate it. Ooh, nice dunk by Gray. FSU right now is just playing. FSU right now is just playing with Clemson. It's not even a competitive game at this point. 48-24, the Seminoles. Did Telly Luckett go to Marshall? He did go to Marshall. I found that out yesterday, that Telly went to Marshall. I find that interesting. Telly wanted the coach position. OG, unfortunately, he wasn't getting that here. We're destroying them today, man. What do I think the final will be in this game? Oh, man. FSU's on pace to what? Clemson's only on pace to score 40-something points. It might be 60. I'll say 72. Yeah, I'm going to go 72. And I might be kind of pushing that overall score. I think 82 is a little bit much, Tyler. 82 might be a little bit too much, but I feel you. I'm going to go 72 to about 50-something. We'll say 55. I'll go 72, 55. You went 82, 65. So we'll see who gets closer. Yeah, but I understand it, though. It's business at the end of the day. Facts. AAU is ruined high school basketball. I agree there. That's what the 7-on-7 circuit is doing in high school football. They line these kids up, and it's not so much the quarterback and the receivers, but I know you've all watched it. They line these defensive linemen and offensive linemen up in these one-on-one drills with no pads, no helmet. And they block each other, and it's the most stupidest thing I've ever seen. To ask these offensive defensive linemen to compete with no, bro, it's dumb. It's dumb. It looks dumb. The kids. It's cool for highlights, but the truth is, the kids aren't learning anything and getting anything out of it. It's a whole different game when you're talking about blocking with pads on. And I wish I'd stopped seeing them do that. But it's all for highlights. And that's why you get these kids out here. They get these 4 and 5 stars, show up to these schools and don't know how to compete. They look overrated. These kids that never did or can't afford to go to some of these camps, these 3 stars, these unranked prospects, turn out to be NFL caliber players. Kids are literally paying for their stars nowadays instead of earning them. And I'm not saying every kid. There's some legit. Don't get me wrong. Of course, a lot of these kids are legit, but a lot of these kids are also paying for these stars. Every major outlet goes to these 7-on-7 camps. Half of these guys grading these kids don't even know anything about the game. Highlights just look cool, so I'm gonna give them a 5-star today. Like, that's literally how they're doing it. It's raining. It is raining. It's been raining all morning.
That's probably any team in the country.
And you look at a resume, it's so strange when you see these kind of blowouts. It's not like they're missing some key players. I think in Purdue, I said earlier, Maryland, who today is on the road, and they were beating Minnesota today last night on the road. Good entry right there. Good 2-minute play by Bryant with Clemson kids.
I thought Norvell and FSU should have kept Lockett on staff. I think everybody wanted us to keep Telly. That was his way into the South Florida. The thing with the 7-on-7 with me is no pads. How do you judge off of that? Yeah, that's pretty much what I was just saying. Chiefs or Bills? They're saying Mahomes plays. If Mahomes looks healthy and he plays the way Mahomes plays, the Chiefs will go to the Super Bowl. If not, if Mahomes ain't 100% or he's looking suspect, I would not be surprised if the Bills win. Panama Jack, he is, but you know how it is. Business is business. AAU is a league for high school players, and the teams are stacked at the best talent in the country and battle it out and get scholarships based on it. Not even the high school games matter. Ala Brown signed with Jackson State. I ain't Coach Hayes, but coaching is a dirty business, but still a business. Coach Hayes is right on point.
And shooting 28 from the field so far in this game. 2 of 18 from 3-point land. And Coach Brownell, on coaching in quarantine himself, said it's been hard. He missed practices. He has not missed many practices in his career as an assistant or a head coach, but now, because of contact tracing, a positive on the coaching staff, he's coaching in quarantine.
Packers or Bucks? And FSU is dominating this game, man. There's no way, Tyler, there's no way Clemson gets up to 65 points. I don't see there's no way they get 65. Clemson's gonna be lucky to hit the 40s at the pace that they're playing right now. I got the Packers. If the Bucks defense stands up, the Bucks will win it. I'm not too sure the Bucks defense can stand up to Aaron Rodgers, so that's kind of where I'm with it. Don't get me wrong, I won't be mad if the Bucks win at all, but I would love to see Mahomes versus Aaron Rodgers. Brady versus Mahomes, I guess, would be okay too, though. Maiden Day says Bucks. Andrew says Packers. OG got the Bucks. I don't want to see Brady win anymore. I would say the Packers, but we'll see. And Jordan says Packers. Oh my God, 56-26. It is a massacre going on in Tallahassee right now.
He's able to draw the foul on the drive.
No one wants to see the State Farm Super Bowl, so I'm hoping for the Bills and Packers or any other matchup besides Chiefs and Packers. FSU has great ball movement. Yeah, they're killing them. It is 56-26. Tyler, if you still here, bro, I don't think that score is going to hold up, bro. FSU might do 80 now. They might do 80. FSU might be on the pace to hit 80, but there's no way Clemson's hitting 60. At this pace, I'm not sure Clemson's going to hit 50. What's going on, Pat? 82, right? Your 82 is looking solid. There's no way Clemson's hitting 65. Clemson can't put the ball in the basket right now. Hey, buddy.
He does think we're VIP. And backstage. Trust me now, I never doubted you. I did for a second, but it's gone now.
The all-new Sienna. Toyota. Let's go places.
Have you or a loved one been wronged by pre-made breakfast? Wendy's has your back. Dropping the hammer with 2 of these made-to-order breakfast sandwiches.
Yeah, at this point, I might not even finish watching this game. This game is just getting ridiculous.
Every day.
Objection! My credit card doesn't earn double miles on every purchase.
I object to your objection. With the Capital One Venture Card, you earn unlimited.
This Florida State team is clicking on all cylinders. Pat says, "Let's blow them. They blow their ass out." Kevin asked me, "Who's my favorite all-time FSU player?"
What's in your wallet?
Come on, Kevin. Well, I think Kevin, you kind of new here, so you don't know. But my favorite player. Hold on. I'm gonna show you. See that guy right there? Yeah, that's the guy.
A little history lesson on this day. Certainly Digger Phelps would approve of, because in 1971, the year before,
The thing with them 7-on-7s is they rate a QB and wide receiver and DB 4 and 5-star based off of that. I agree, OG. That's what I'm saying. You rating kids off of stuff that they ain't doing in no pads. Clemson was improving near the end of the first half. I just thought they'd fight harder. I don't know if they're not fighting harder. They just completely outmatched. P-Dub. There you go. Tell him, Pat.
Who's a scoring machine. He did something. Bet you didn't know this, Bob. And I know my producer didn't know.
Exactly, Maiden Day. You got all the best high school kids on one team. Of course, everybody looks good. And in no pads. They're not teaching any real technique at any of these 7-on-7 camps. They're just saying, hey, go line up and go do whatever out there. There's no real teaching or anything going on at these camps. Kids just go out there to look good and look cool.
And they went on and they won that game. And let me tell you, I've heard the story at least 100 times. I've seen cufflinks that he's had about it. I've seen the whole bit. Richard Phelps. I've got an injured player right here.
We got MJ Walker's down. I don't know what happened, though. That's not a good thing for Florida State.
This is not an injury that Leonard Hamilton wants to see. MJ Walker, who is being attended to right now by Amanda Robinson, the trainer for Florida State. Her birthday, by the way, was either yesterday or today. The team gathered around at the shoot-around earlier today and sang happy birthday to Amanda. And now she is
that's nice. Did they get a birthday cake? Did they get a birthday cake? I guess they're going to be worried about that because they get a birthday cake to get NC and they put them on probation. And they put Notre Dame on probation for a year.
Oh, he got hit in the head by his own player, man. Got hit in the head by his own player.
On record, talking about buying players. We got academic frauds going on and buying players. 2017, it's 2021. No rulings going on.
Do you think the Saints are going to keep Jameis is the question, Kevin?
But they should receive a reprimand, not a year.
With no pads, you play pickup Smith to see who a dog and tackle with no pads. Right. Friendly fire. He got Yep. LSU's MVP this season was for sure Marco Wilson of the Florida Gators. Be glad when the day comes FSU and Miami dominate these sorry ACC teams. ACC should have made Notre Dame join the conference as part of moving into the conference this year. Notre Dame's never going to leave that football money, I don't think.
I think too late. I think
the ACC definitely would benefit from Notre Dame joining the conference. I just don't think Notre Dame would ever do it. What the heck was that? 24? I don't know. 24 out here. Yeah, but you got to realize there's still 15 minutes left. Don't go out there and start playing stupid basketball.
Watch him as he takes the left arm and goes to try and box out Jonathan Bear.
He elbowed him right in the temple.
On the right temple.
He goes down. Let me tell you, he's a key player because they're hoping that he can replace and become the leader that last year.
The NFL judges players in a pair of gym shorts. Yeah, but the workouts these guys do in the combine are really all about your athletic measurables. Yeah, they do some throwing some passes and stuff, but what they're judging in the NFL is your athletic ability. Number one. Number two, these kids also have 3-4 years of college film by the time they get to the combine. These high school kids don't have no real film. These high school kids don't even know how to play the game. And they doing these 7-on-7s. High school, this should be where you're learning the game, not like a high school combine is pointless. Yeah, high school kid, just because you can run a 4.4 at 160 pounds, don't mean by the time you get up to your college playing weight, which who knows, could be 200 plus or whatever. It really don't mean you're going to be running that same speed. It's a whole different body develops a whole different between the high school and college and NFL. You know what I mean? Good block. 34 is just too long. I don't know what number one was thinking right there. I don't know what made him think he could do that. Scotty, come on. Oh, Scotty should have took that three. Okay, number 24, he does some little dumb stuff, but the dude can shoot. Calhoun can shoot. Calhoun can shoot. They're definitely going to compete. I can't imagine them letting Jameis walk since they start Tyson over him so they could keep Jameis on a cheap deal. Man, FSU is pouring it on Clemson right now. Pickup Smith might be called something else in another state, but you threw the ball up. Whoever catched it, you tackle who had the ball. You ran for your life, no pads, for real, for real. We used to call it. There was a bunch of different names for it when we was a kid. We called it pick 'em up, bust 'em up. Sometimes you just call it throwback, where you guys just throw the ball. Yeah, you just throw the ball. Somebody catch it and just try to run. Yeah, throwback or pick them up, bust them up. Link to the chat. Man, them Noles are killing the Tigers today, D. Thompson. This game isn't even competitive here today. Another turnover. Clemson can't score. Clemson cannot score. And FSU, that was a foul in the back. Playing that on the concrete wasn't fun in the end. Yo, Pope, what? Now that T2 and Zoe fell out, these Canes, a.k.a. Brandy's, want to be down. What you talking about, Pat?
Just passing away. I hit home with you. You took these pictures when you were part of a guest appearance on Conan O'Brien and had a chance to spend some time.
Throw in the damn, yeah, for real. Haha. Shout out to them boys. Hope they kill their beef for real, for real. Yeah, I think the beef is whatever it is. Again, I ain't taking no sides in that one. I've had nothing but positive interactions with Zoe when I've been on his channel and he's been over here. We've had nothing but positive interactions. And, T2Y is my guy. So, no sides, but I am hope those guys figure it out or whatever. The scores of revenge for Clownbo Sweeney running his mouth. I wonder how Clemson fans are feeling. I don't think Clemson even cares about basketball, if I'm being honest with you. 65 may have been a bit high. Yeah, they're not scoring 65, Tyler. There's no way. Like I said, I don't think they're going to be lucky to get 50. They're going to be lucky to get 50. Pick them up, mess them up. Yeah, pick them up, bust them up, whatever. That's what we called it. I hate to see it, but Pogo has been good peoples. You don't remember that song by Brandy, I Want to Be Down? Canes want to be down with us. Pat talking junk, y'all. But all of these guys, I think Pat know that. Most of these dudes that you see here right now, Pat, they've been rocking with me for a while. They're not just brand new. I mean, Maiden Day, Hurricane Kilo, Dennis, especially Dennis, man. Dennis been here since day one. They've been here for a while. They've been holding it down for a while. Dick Vitale calling this game, how sweet is it to beat Clemson? Pat always respected FSU and Polk. Without FSU, no Miami. Without Miami, no FSU. I know it, Kilo. Just got to mess with y'all. Maybe we need our basketball coach to talk to our football team and teach them about winning mentality. You ain't lying. Score predictions for Miami versus FSU. How is Miami basketball even looking? I'm not going to lie to you. I ain't watched not one Miami basketball game. It's hard for me to make a score prediction for that. We might do to y'all, but we doing the Clemson right now. Just on some real talk. I don't even know how Miami basketball looks. It may be a rivalry game. It'll be closer, but this team play like this. Whew. This Florida State team is a different beast, man. It's a different beast. Oh, I know all these Canes fans be deep in here. Much respect. We all family. We've been hurt. Miami beat Louisville. Was a night. Yeah, matter of fact, they beat them right before we beat them. So, I guess at any time, any game could be a close game.
Never been better. Also, click or call for a quote today.
Everybody looking at me like I got something wrong with me.
I need to see what time this fight comes on over here.
Something wrong with me.
You do have something wrong with you.
If our leaders cut
We will beat Miami by 25 plus. I've been to Tallahassee before. Super cool city. Maiden Day says cap. No way. I don't know. You tell me. Again, I ain't watching no Miami games. It's hard for me to judge a team that I am watching and score predict that. But Clemson ranked number 20. Clemson beat us earlier in the year, and right now we up over 30 on these guys. So anything's possible. Anything's possible. Anything is possible tonight. Miami basketball don't want no part of FSU basketball. Pope watching the fight. Yeah, I'm gonna watch the fight tonight, man. I mean, of course, I'm gonna take Conor McGregor. I'm gonna watch the fight, and I'll probably be on another live stream tonight. We'll watch the fight together. I just gotta see what time it starts and see how much I gotta pay for it.
Dr. Oz, Monday at 3 on KITV.
Asegúrese de ponerse la máscara facial tanto adentro como afuera.
Duke playing Louisville. Duke has not looked good this year.
Louisville gets a layup from Jalen Withers on a pretty pass and lead by a couple. That's on ESPN. Villanova 58-45.
See what I'm saying? Look at some of these. Ohio State 5-4, 11-4, but yet they're the number 15 team in the country. Come on, man. They be hating on these Seminoles so hard.
Thanks very much. Villanova Providence. That's an interesting game. I know Providence is a team that has caught your eye this year.
Boxing would be super popular as the NBA or MLB if they didn't make fights pay-per-view. We're talking about the UFC tonight, though. McGregor is going to fight tonight, so we're going to check that out tonight. Even though I'm not even a big UFC guy, but I'm gonna watch it just because. Scotty missed the pass. He was late with the pass, and there's that Osborne in the corner. Man, you got to bring me some scissors. Leon versus Fulton tonight. Boxing go. Leo Santa Cruz? No. Is that what is that on like Showtime or something? OG? Was that on the zone? Let me see. I'm looking it up right now. Leo. Drea, give it to me. It's on Showtime. Okay. I'm Angelo Leo versus Stephen Fulton. I got you. I might watch that too. Okay, we got some good fights tonight, guys. Thanks for that, OG. I did not know that. Exactly, D. Thompson. My favorite fighter is Roy Jones. One of my all-time favorites, too. FSU never gets any respect nationwide, especially in the ACC. FSU is the red-headed stepchild of the NCAA. And here I was thinking that the NCAA football rankings were bad. He went against the grain, and it will pay off. There has been way more boxing fights on local and premium cable because of him. Talking about Al Heyman? Yeah, Al Heyman with the PBC. He's been one of the guys who started that. He kind of not saying they got away from the pay-per-view model, but Al Heyman's put a lot of good fights on national TV. One of the reasons why HBO doesn't exist anymore. Come on, 24. Got to finish down in there. But yeah, Al Heyman, with the PBC, he really kind of wanted to spearhead that. Again, that's why HBO don't exist anymore. HBO was all in the pay-per-view model, and it kind of backfired on them. Pat says Team Connor tonight. Yep, I expect Connor to get it done. Football and boxing, right there with you, OG.
FSU alum and one of the greats of all time in Florida State basketball history. Dave Cowens named the MVP of the All-Star game in the NBA.
In a game against years ago, the Cowens hung up there in Florida State jersey. In a win, this comes by the way of one of the great guys, sports you can meet, Timmy Borelli.
So maybe Florida State's
Not even close.
player also put Rubizzo at the free throw line.
About to be 70-38.
He looks like a different player. And I'll tell you this as well. Last year's team had a chance to win it all. In fact, in my most recent book I did with Hoops Rice, the guru from out of the East, who really knows sports.
Corprifia. How do you pronounce his name? Anyway, he's having a really good game.
At the end, we have a draw. And in that draw that we do, we fantasize and we go through the draw with who we think is going to win. And we got Florida State winning the national championship. That's how good we thought they were. Winning the national title. And then I thought that was the big kiss, because they would have had a great chance as well.
Block from Coach Rubizzo. Turnovers, Ray Paul and Ray trying to find him rolling to Ray.
Yeah, he wanted to get Coach Rubizzo. He said, you made the block. I'm going to get you the rock. Nice hustle by the kid from Clemson.
Alamir Doe is able to recover it, but gives it away. And here comes Ray Paul and Ray.
And another three. Oh, he missed it.
That's off the mark. Rips it away.
That's bad offensive transition. That was a bad pass. Right now, Florida State's just not even trying. They're just throwing the ball up, doing stuff. Clemson came to Tallahassee to get embarrassed.
At the scores table right now, just basically saying who's got next.
When I saw this game being decided to us, and I saw what they did early, I thought we would have a great matchup. But then you saw what happened after the COVID-19 and how it affected that team and how they were blown out for a while. So we can't be totally surprised by what we're seeing here. He's got that strong physical stature, man. That body looks like he could be.
No, they definitely not it, Maiden Day. Clemson is not it.
Foul called with 6:51 to go. What an effort today by Florida State. The Saturday Showcase on ABC is presented by 5 Hour Energy. Get it done.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. If this was a close game, I'd probably stick with this to the end. But this game's honestly all but over. And I'm gonna knock some errands out before I do some other stuff. We're gonna get back online, and we're gonna watch. We got boxing and UFC tonight, so I think we'll talk about both of that in the live stream tonight. But I'm gonna cut it short here because I'm not even being entertained by this game anymore. I mean, look at the score, man. 73-38 is absolute demolishing. So we're gonna cut it here, but I will be back later on tonight. So we're gonna do that boxing, that UFC later on tonight. So definitely come back, man, and tune into that. So y'all be easy. I'm gonna head out here, and y'all be easy. Stay classy like always, and we out here.